Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. I just want to give you my review of the Sprint Overdrive. Now, like I said in the previous video, this is essentially a mobile hotspot that takes Sprint's 3G and or 4G connection and allows up to 5 users to connect wirelessly to gain internet access. The device is 3.14 inches by 3.14 inches by 0.61 inches and weighs in at 4.51 ounces. So it's really not too big. You can easily, if you wanted to, put it in your pocket, but probably drop it in your bag, your briefcase, even your purse, and take it with you on the go. It sports an 1800 milliamp hour battery, and through my tests you get around 3 hours of use from it, although there is no option for an external battery pack. That's a con with this product. I would have liked to see perhaps a little dongle, perhaps a battery extender, whatever it costs or whatever the case may be, that allows you to get more than 3 hours. Because if this is going to be something that you carry around with you, let's say you were going on a train and you were telecommuting to work. Well, if the train is just bringing you into the city, you should be fine. But if you're going up the coast or going across country, whatever the case may be, and you need to be connected to your work or to your home or whatever, 3 hours isn't really that much time. So a battery pack extension would have been a nice accessory. Now on the device you have a micro SD port, which is allowing you actually to use up to 16 gigabytes of storage network attached, so any of the devices that are connected can use it. It has micro USB for both charging and tethering, so if you want to save some battery, you can just tether instead of using Wi-Fi. You can connect up to 5 users, like I said, and besides those common features that you expect with a laptop data connect card, you also have an integrated GPS, so it knows where you are, a VPN support, and there's also a mode to reduce Wi-Fi range if you want to conserve battery and get a little bit more juice out of your device, which is a nice option, but again, a battery pack would have been a good choice. Now, one of the things I really liked was the LCD on here. It's a 128 by 228 in terms of resolution, but that's not really what I like about it. The fact of the matter is you can get all the information you need right on this little LCD. It tells you the username, it tells you the password so you can connect, it tells you quickly, you can see if there's users connected to it, so if somebody's stealing your connection you can easily see. It gives you a boatload of information right on there, GPS, if it's connected, all of that. So it's really nice and convenient how you can just drop this in your pocket and that's all you need. You don't need to memorize a password, none of that. And also the control panel is really nice, really user friendly. You just log on to the IP address, again that shows you on the LCD. You type it in, you go into the control panel, you can change the SSID, you can change the password, the security methods, you can turn the GPS on or off. A boatload of services that are offered that you can customize and choose if you want to use and if you don't want to use them. It's really nice. But I guess one of the big factors is obviously speed. Now, I've spoken about Sprint's 3G network before. It's pretty good. I got around 0.5 to 1 megabit per second in terms of the speeds, which isn't bad at all in terms of comparing to T-Mobile, AT&T. But with 4G and the few times where I was actually in a place where I could use it, 4G actually worked really nicely. Now 4G is very limited in terms of what cities actually have support, so you need to check Sprint's website for that. But when I was actually in a city where I could get a connection, I was able to get about 1.5 to 3 megabits per second. Now if you consider that 4 megabits per second is actually the average American broadband speed, you'll see that 4G is actually approaching the speeds that you're going to get at your house. Now clearly, if you're inside of the tech bubble, perhaps you'll have faster speeds. I have about 25 megabits per second download, so clearly some people aren't going to find this really quick. But on the other hand, when you consider that you're coming from Edge and even 3G where you were lucky to get a megabit, if you can get 3, even I may have been able to squeak out 3.2 megabits per second, you're really, really in good shape. So the speed is really a nice thing. Now I really think the Sprint Overdrive, above all, is the stepping stone for a new way of connecting to the internet. I think more and more people are going to be dropping, like they did with the landline, are going to be dropping a home internet connection. If you can get all the connections that you need on the go in speed that is adequate for you, then why do you need to pay for something at your house? People are more and more leaving their homes and working from the road and such. So to be able to get blistering speeds wherever you go and not having to pay when you are at home is really a big thing. So I mentioned price. It's about $100 direct from Sprint up front, but you can get it for $50 from Amazon. I'll give you a link below for the Amazon. But it actually is kind of expensive monthly. $60 a month for the unlimited 4G and 5GB 3G. That's the plan that you get from Sprint, and that's 5 cents extra per megabyte of 3G usage. Now, it's not too bad when you consider it's supplementing, your home connection, so you don't need to pay that. So in that regard, it's pretty good. But I think the 5GB cap is an issue that Sprint will probably resolve in the future. And overall, I mean, if you're using this for everything, you may get close to that 5GB cap, especially if you're having multiple users connecting to it. But for me, I didn't really come close to the 5GB cap in the time I've used it for testing. Obviously, I still have a home internet connection that takes away from some of that usage. But it's just something to keep in mind, and you may want to use a little bandwidth tracker to see if you're actually going to come up against that 5GB cap. So again, in conclusion, I really, really like the Overdrive. It's a step in the right direction. It's really opening up a new niche of products. These devices and these services that are going to allow you to drop the tethered connection of your house and be able to connect wherever you go on the same internet connection. I highly recommend this if you're not on a high-speed connection. For instance, a lot of people still use AOL. If you can have this, you don't need an AOL connection at your home. You don't need a mobile data connection to connect your smartphones, to connect to your iPods. You don't need any of that. You just take this with you wherever you are, and hopefully battery will be improved in future incarnations, and you're good to go. I'm Michael Sherlock from michaelsherlock.com. Do you like the Overdrive or MiFi or similar mobile hotspots? Or do you think we're still going to remain stuck to a home internet connection? I'd like to hear your input in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.